あいうえお菓子したかきくけこ何もさしすせソフトクリームゴゾロップで一個も
Is there a need for the term guilty pleasure? I think there is and there isn't. First of all, let me get out of the way that I completely disagree with the notion of feeling guilty about something you like. Unless what you like is murdering people, in which case you should probably feel very guilty, you are a wanted criminal and I don't know why you would be watching my video. So, within the boundaries of civil behavior, no one should feel guilty about what they enjoy. And in media particularly, I think people often use the idea of guilty pleasures as a shield when they feel judged because of their taste. In my opinion, we should all be proud of our taste, embrace it and try to understand it and explain it to other people. I love to hear why someone likes something that I don't, because it's one of the easiest ways to find new perspectives, and more often than not, I end up learning something. I think our current society doesn't encourage self-analysis and self-observation, which is a shame and most likely the root of many of our fundamental problems as a culture. If we all spent more time trying to understand our own opinions, feelings and needs, we would be far more efficient, happy and prone to comprehending other people. And I honestly think that getting rid of the notion of guilty pleasures could be a good, even small, first step into that direction. Accepting that we like a given story without the filter of I know I shouldn't like it that the term guilty pleasure provides is far more honest and useful to our personal development. With all that said, I do feel that there should be terms that allow us to express some nuance when it comes to what we like. And well, those terms exist and are called words, but having an easy way to say something tends to communicate information faster than an essay about why we like a show more than another. I will use myself as an example to try and explain what I mean. I like Toaru Majutsu no Index. I'm pretty sure I can just put on an episode at random and have fun with the creative setting, neat graphic presentation, and cool powers being thrown around. The show has an appealing premise, some efficient wish fulfillment fantasy elements, and a ton of interesting concepts. It even has a character that I love enough to have gotten a scale figure of him. And yet, it is a show filled with elements that I dislike. Index is entirely worthless as a character. The story doesn't really go anywhere in the 2 seasons of the anime that I watch, and I groan out loud in annoyance each time Toma finds himself in some cliché situation that includes a girl in some state of undress. I can't stand how every single female character falls in love with the main guy for no apparent reason, and while I don't dislike Toma, he's a bland protagonist. The rich setting and creative mix of magical elements and science fiction elements end up being a promise of something great to come that hasn't arrived yet. I'm aware of all of those flaws and more, and usually they would be more than enough for me to drop a series after a couple of episodes, but I still enjoy watching it. I first discovered the show when I was a teenager, and the idea of a city of special kids with superpowers blew me away. The contrast between the science-oriented academy city and the shady, underground magical world was the coolest thing ever for me. And while that is far from the case now, I still have fun watching the show. Of course, precisely because I am aware of all the flaws that would usually make it a bad show for me, I have a hard time recommending it to anyone. Unless you have the same weirdly specific craving for a story about an edgy, broken, probably psychotic white-haired anime boy that develops a cute platonic relationship with an adorable hyperactive loli, in which they both need each other as he tries to find redemption and she tries to pull him out of the darkness, with him assuming the role of a protector while she's the one allowing him to use his powers, I don't think I can recommend this anime to you. In terms of an arbitrary numerical score, like those found on the site My Anime List, I guess I would give the show a 6 or 7. I mean, I enjoy it that much, but that number doesn't tell you anything about my specific feelings for the show. And I'm pretty sure I enjoy it more than other anime I have given those scores, even if I may see more problems with Toaru Majutsu no Index than with another 7 out of 10 for me. So here's where we come back to the guilty pleasure theme. Calling it a guilty pleasure would be an easy way to convey to someone that I enjoy it while being aware of how bad it can be. But as I said at the beginning, not only am I against that notion, but I don't feel guilty at all owning my accelerator figure. So what to do? We need to create a new term to convey this type of like. The same way I'm confident calling Hunter x Hunter 2011 a masterpiece and an absolute favorite in just a few words, there should be an easy way to convey how I feel about Toaru Majutsu no Index. I nominate. I'm aware this show has many flaws that would usually represent a deal breaker for me, but in its particular case, the elements that specifically appeal to my fantasies make it an enjoyable watch. Pleasure. Guilty pleasure doesn't sound that bad after all. No, wait!
お菓子したかきくけこんなにもさしすせソフトクリームゴゾロップで